Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day if you are in the US. I'm assuming most, if not all of you are. Um, I'm going to be real honest about something. I love that my husband has the day off from work today because that means that he is available to take care of our daughter so that I'm able to do this. Um, but I don't think I truly understand exactly what President's Day is celebrating. The fact that we have presidents, I don't know. I just remember I think we used to get the day off of school. I don't know. It's probably something I should know, but I don't. So, if anybody wants to share the history of this day with me, if you want to kind of play Google for me, that would be fantastic. So you can just leave that in the chat. Um, Jumping on right at 11, my clock just hit 11:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course. I am going to kind of just chill, chat, kind of gather my thoughts a little bit before we really jump into the meat of the thing, our feeding must-haves. Just to give everybody a chance to jump on, settle in, find us if they're looking for something to watch. Since I have a couple of you here already, I do just want to say if hello, Prince of Shadows. Oh, very cool username. Welcome. If those of you who have already joined us this morning, if you guys are currently following us here on Amazon Live, I just want to say a big, huge thank you. When I was getting the whole stream set up this morning, I noticed that since we started doing these live stream videos, we've seen a lot of follower growth on here, and that is just so, so cool. I'm so grateful to all of you for being here and help making that happen. So, thank you. I think these bibs are very cute too. I have another set that I'm going to share with you also. But since this set is new to me, I thought I would start with this one. Yes, you guys are going to be hearing about baby feeding must-haves. We're going to start with newborn, infant. So of course, that's going to be talking about just your drool bibs, your burp cloths, assuming, of course, when baby first comes, they are on an all milk diet. And then we're going to talk about some transition products as baby maybe starts testing the waters with purees, or if you're doing baby-led weaning and you need to do some food prep for them and you want really small portions that are just perfect for meal times for them. We're going to talk about some products that are great for that. And then we're going to end with one of my favorite feeding products for our toddlers and our kids up to about 36 months old. Who are starting to maybe eat at the table, in a high chair at the table. They're doing their finger foods. They're starting to eat with utensils on their own and just all that fun stuff that I am currently in right now with my 18-month-old daughter, and just a product that's really, really helpful for kind of containing some of that mess as they learn to feed themselves and kind of explore that part of their world. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. All things that I use or have used with my daughter in my life. So I am just really excited to talk about them. They made life a little bit easier, a little bit less messy, a little bit less stressful. And so I want to share them with you today. All right, so I will go ahead and type a good morning message into the chat. I'm going to try as much as I can to. Are these cotton? Yes, they are. So they're actually, the bibs are double layered. So what you have is the outside is this nice, soft, organic cotton. And then your second layer, if you turn it around on the back, this is premium fleece. And fleece is actually a really, really naturally absorbent material. So anything that kind of makes it through that nice cotton layer on the top is going to just kind of get absorbed and sucked into this fleece layer, and baby's clothes underneath are going to stay nice and dry. Thank you for asking. Let's see. The bibs. I'll go ahead, I think, and get into some of the housekeeping stuff. I think what I was starting to say is that as much as I can, since today we have a couple less products than we usually cover, I'll probably be able to, take small breaks every now and then and check up on the chat a little more than I'm usually able to. And I know that you guys had requested a couple of weeks ago that some more text information was really helpful for you. So as much as I can, just type some quick information into the chat so that you can read it in case you need to be listening on mute, what have you. I'll try to be better about that this week. And then moving forward, I do have a plan to. I'm kind of gonna pre-type up some of the content that I'm talking about. I try not to pre-plan it too much because I don't want it to be scripted. That's not the point. I just kind of jump on here and talk to you parent to parent. So I wasn't able to get to it this week because, to be honest, I just wasn't, exactly sure the order I was going to go in or how things were going to flow until this morning. But yeah, I will try to pre-type some just quick facts about the products for you and include those in the chat in case you are not able to listen with sound, because that is some feedback that we received, which I appreciate. Feedback is always welcome because, of course, the whole reason we're doing this is because we want this to have value for you all. Okay, so our housekeeping stuff. If you are not already following us here on Amazon Live, please go ahead and hit that follow button, join the party. So what will happen is moving forward, you will receive a notification every time we go live with one of these live streams. We are now doing them twice monthly. So once every 2 weeks, we will do them the second and fourth week of the month. And I don't want you to miss out. So make sure that you are following us here so that you get the notifications. In addition to that, every single stream we do a giveaway, right? So something that we're going to be talking about in the stream is going to be given away to one lucky viewer for free. All you have to do is send us an email letting us know how to get your item to you. And to be eligible for that giveaway, you have to be following us here on Amazon Live. So if you have not already clicked that follow button, go ahead and do that. Again, it helps us grow. It helps this community grow. And, the feedback that we're getting is that you guys really, really enjoy kind of having this little time to yourselves every couple of weeks to connect with other parents and to connect with us here at the brand, which we're so thrilled about. So please follow here if you are not already. Another way that you can help support and help us grow is if you have your own personal social media channels, like your Instagram, your Facebook, you can like and share this live stream so that if you have other parent or parent-to-be friends in your life, family members, friends, coworkers, and you think that they would benefit from joining us here, knowing about the brand, knowing about these products, then please share the love. Let them know where they can find us every couple of weeks. So that helps tremendously as well. And then let's talk about the little gifts that we want to give you today. We do this every time we do one of these streams. This is a thank you for hanging out with us and tuning in and just supporting the brand. So first of all, everything that we talk about today is going to be 10% off if you choose to shop today. So that 10% off code will last the entire duration of the live stream. These last about an hour and 5 minutes. And for 1 hour post live stream. So I will, let you know when we're getting ready to wrap everything up, and I will, of course, say my goodbyes. And this live stream will end, and then you still have 1 hour past the end of the stream to shop that 10% off. Just make sure that you, go ahead and wrap everything up within that time because the 10% off will expire. All you have to do to take advantage of that 10% off is shop. If you see something that piques your interest, something you would like to get your hands on for 10% off today, go ahead and add it to cart. And when you complete your transaction, the 10% off just automatically comes off of your total. So you don't have to enter any special codes or anything like that. It's a very easy, streamlined process, which I love. So yes, everything 10% off today. Don't forget that. And then, of course, we always want to give you a just totally free giveaway item for joining us. So what we are going to give away to one lucky viewer today is this is a brand new item. I just received it. It is a new launch from Kia Babies, and I cannot wait to start using it kind of to its full capacity to prepare food for my 18-month-old. It is the silicone food prep tray. And we are going to talk all about it. I think it is going to just make food prep so much easier for all of you parents who have, your babies who are kind of starting to transition away from their liquid diet and just dipping their toe into solid foods. You definitely need a way to kind of bulk prep. And so again, we'll talk about it. Super excited to go over this. It will come up a little bit later in the live stream. So if you would like to get your hands on this for free, first of all, to be eligible, you have to be following us here on Amazon Live. And then all I need you to do is just make your presence known in the chat. I think our numbers are probably going to be light today just because it is, for a lot of people, a holiday. It's President's Day, as I was saying right when we started. I know my husband has the day off of work. Kids are out of school. So it is possible that, people are kind of getting out and, going to do things outside of their house and they're not tuned in today. Totally understandable. But for those of you that are here, you have a chance to go home with this. So remember, all you have to do is make sure you're following us here and then just pop on the chat and let me know that you're watching, that you are tuned in. And when we get to the end of our live stream, when we've covered all of the products, so you do have to stick around until the end, I will announce who the winner is. It will just be randomly selected from the chat log. And then I'll let you know how to redeem this. So there's that. I want you guys to take advantage of free stuff. All right, so setting that aside, then just keep in mind that Kia Babies is also on all of the other major social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and YouTube. So wherever you spend the most time in your online life, whichever app you get the most enjoyment out of, if you would like to join us over there for a totally separate community, totally separate kind of games and giveaways and things that we do over there, make sure you find us at Kia Babies. All right, so I think we've been on for about 13 minutes. I'm going to do a quick check of the chat to just see how things are going. Say my hellos to anybody I didn't greet in the beginning. Kaylee, welcome back. I have been looking forward to this live again too. It feels like it's been forever since we've done one now that we're on this new schedule. So yeah, I've been thinking about getting back into this a lot. Brittany Torres, hi, welcome back. I am glad that this new time works for you as well. It is so good to see you again. Kristen, I'm just super excited about the food prep tray. I think it was a great idea on Kia Baby's part, and I'm excited about it too. Hello, Dima or Dima. If I'm mispronouncing that, please let me know in the chat. Lanier, welcome back. Alexander, hello. All right. So good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day. If you guys celebrate President's Day, not really entirely sure what the holiday is even all about. Celebrating the fact that we have presidents. This is definitely something I should know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm very happy that my husband has the day off of work though. So maybe we'll be able to actually get out outside together as a family today once we wrap up here. So, all right, let's get into talking about our first baby feeding must-have, which is the Urban Drool Bibs. Now, a lot of you are probably a little bit more familiar with or already have a set of the Bandana Bibs, which look like this. But today we are going to be talking about the Urban Drool Bibs, which really the only difference is kind of the size and shape. And I'm actually a really big fan of these, especially around feeding times, just because you get so much coverage with this nice round shape. And you can kind of see on Cotton the bunny here, he's going to be like our stand-in model today for all of this. I mean, you can see how long he is and look how much coverage he's got, right? So on my daughter, who is 18 months old, this pretty much covers like the entire chest area. And when she was even just a little bit smaller, just a few months ago, she got like almost full coverage down her entire torso. So I was still using these with my 18-month-old. And these will fit a child all the way up to 36 months. So really big fan of the urban design. This pack right here, the muted pastel pack, this is new to me. It's a color I haven't had my hands on before, so that's why I'm going to start with this one. I'm also a girl mom, as a lot of you know, so I'm just really excited about all these really sweet pinks and these nice soft blues, and there's a lavender and all that. So I will also show you the other set that we have on sale for 10% off today. So if this is not really your aesthetic, no worries. We also have our basics set. And just so you know, every item that we're talking about, you can browse if you want more pictures, a little more detailed information than maybe what I'm able to share. As I'm just going through everything quickly, everything is browsable in the carousel below this video. So you can make an informed decision and, pick out exactly what you want from that carousel before you shop. Okay, so the Urban Drool Bibs. These are hands down the most absorbent baby bib I have ever used in my life. So let me tell you, if you have a newborn or a baby that is still in that totally milk diet phase, and you're dealing with all of the milk dribble, all of the drooling, maybe baby is even starting to teeth, maybe they're kind of entering that phase a little bit early. I know my daughter did. And so you're getting the excess drooling and the chewing, you absolutely need these in your life. I had a very refluxy baby as well. So there were lots and lots of spit up incidents every single feeding that we had with her. And anything that kind of cuts down on the amount of laundry that I have to do in a day, especially when you're in that initial infant phase and everything is just, so kind of crazy and chaotic, and you're so tired, and your baby needs, 24/7 constant care. You just don't have time for messes, for messy, yucky clothes, for having to constantly change baby's clothes. So you need something that can just go around baby's neck, that is nice and soft and safe for baby to wear, that can just stay there and absorb all that yuckiness, right? And protect baby's outfit and, help protect yours as well. So let's talk about why these are so super absorbent. So again, going back to just, really how much coverage you're going to get, just like a lot of Kia Babies products that are meant for baby to wear, these are sized large. So I don't really know if it comes across on the screen, but when you compare these to, kind of your department store, baby bibs that you might, already own or have seen before, you will see a significant size difference. So just the amount of coverage of baby's body is just so much better. Then they are double layered. So I was talking to one of our viewers, Prince of Shadows, about this a little bit earlier. He asked what they were made out of. So this layer on top is 100% organic cotton, and it is the softest, smoothest, most durable feeling cotton fiber in the world. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but seriously, no joke. And I know for those of you who own a set of these bibs already, or the Bandana Bibs, you guys always talk about just how plush and wonderful and soft they are. So this is not going to be irritating at all to baby's skin. Babies are just kind of born with already very sensitive skin that is prone to irritation. They might be prone to things like eczema. Not going to have to worry about any chafing or irritation with these. They're going to be nice and comfortable for baby to wear. So it's going to be an enjoyable experience for baby to wear them and actually keep them on and not fight it. So I love that. So your outer layer is the 100% organic cotton. Then turn it over, and your very thick plush layer on the back side is premium fleece. And I love fleece for something like a drool bib, because fleece is naturally moisture wicking. So meaning that anything that it comes in contact with, it's just going to kind of like pull it into itself. and it keeps it away from whatever surface it's touching. So of course that's going to be your baby's skin or your baby's outfit. And it's also just very naturally absorbent. So fleece is actually an excellent material for something that you want to be absorbing messes, absorbing spills, liquid, things like that. So you can actually get away with using, and I'm not even kidding, one of these a day. One of these a day is going to, just one is going to last you a good 6 to 8 hour period, just because it is so freaking absorbent. So you're not going to have to be changing these out constantly. They come in an 8-pack. So essentially, if you're using just one a day, you've got an entire week's worth of drool bibs, so that just at the end of your week, you can throw these into the wash with your other laundry. They are machine washable. Make sure you're washing them on cold, and you can tumble them dry in the dryer on low heat, which for the most part is what I dry most of my laundry on anyway, so that nothing shrinks. So I also love just how easy they are to keep clean. They don't lose their shape. They don't lose their softness. If anything, they become more and more soft the more they're washed. But they don't lose their absorbency. And that really just comes down to the materials used and then the engineering. The fact that they're double layered and that the layers are so nice and thick and plush. So yes, again, the most absorbent baby bib I have ever used. And so if you are still in that drooly, spit uppy, milk dribble phase, you need these. And again, they will fit a child all the way up to 36 months. So even if you are entering that kind of purees, baby-led weaning, solid food phase, baby is maybe learning to even put foods in their mouth themselves. That's a very messy, period of life. They're starting to maybe hold if they're bottle fed, they're holding their own bottle. Even for a toddler, or an older baby, these are still going to be super useful. They're wonderful bibs to use at feeding times. But my favorite toddler bib is actually the silicone bib, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But just so you know, you can, if you want to, continue using these all the way up to baby being, 3 years old. This is a perfectly great option. And speaking of that, I want to talk about how size versatile they are as far as, fitting baby's neck as they grow. They are not going to outgrow these immediately in those first few months of life, which, is a lot of times the case with newborn products or, things that are meant for newborns to wear. These snaps here make these 3 size adjustable. So you've got your narrow setting, your regular setting, and then your wide setting. And what I've actually got Cotton the Bunny on is the narrow setting. So this is what you would use for like a newborn, kind of in that 4th trimester phase. And let me just show you how that works. So you're going to take the most inner snap to the most inner snap. And when you actually have this in your hand, it's very self-explanatory. And you're going to put it on the most narrow setting. Okay, so then as baby is starting to become an older infant, they're getting a little bit bigger. And even my daughter at 18 months old, if I'm using these for like a feeding and I want a really nice snug fit, I will still use the regular, which is just the like snap to the like snap, right? Just match the snaps up. And that's your regular setting. And then for our older toddlers, as we're approaching that 36-month mark, or if your baby is just on the bigger side, which is totally possible, you're just going to do outer snap to outer snap, and you get that wide setting. So as you can see, quite a size difference there. And then of course, this is how it looks on. Just look how cute and precious. So yeah, I love the fact that Kia Babies has really thought of, the fact that you are going to want this to be a long-term use product. It's not something you're going to want to keep replacing and buying more of every couple of months, every few months. So they have made sure that they are, again, size versatile, will grow with baby, and that they're really, really durable and will stand up to lots of use and lots of washes, which I can attest to because I've been using these for my daughter since she was about, when did I start doing this? She was probably like 7 or so months old. And she's 18 months old now. So we have had these for quite a while, and they're still going strong. So this color here, let me just show you a close-up of how lovely these shades are. And then I will also show you the basics pack, which is the other color that we have for 10% off today. So if you are not a girl mom, and you're looking for something that's, a little bit more geared towards a little boy, the basic set is probably going to be your preference. Or if you just want something that's a little bit more neutral, which is totally fine, the basic set is probably going to be a good match for you. So I'll show you that in just a second. Let's just look at some of these really soft, sweet pinks that come in the muted pastel. This is a very light blush, and then you've got your kind of deeper blush here. I love this corally pink, just a little bit more of a pop, again, in the pink family. We've got this really pretty soft blue. It looks a little bit gray in my lighting, a little bit silver, but it is a very lovely kind of sea foam blue. And then this is a nice silvery gray. We've got this really pretty, it's somewhere between like a beige and there's actually a little bit of a kind of mustard yellow to it. This is a really, really sweet, nice shade. Then we've got this really pretty lilac or lavender, moving a little bit more towards the purple family. And then cotton is sporting this really soft green, which again, maybe if I hold it back a little bit, that green will pop a little bit more. This is actually one of my favorite shades. I just think it's just really nice and soothing and neutral. But I love, love, love this set for a little girl, especially. So really excited to use the muted pastel set with my daughter. And now let me show you the basic set. And I don't display everything at one time just because I have limited real estate here and I don't want everything to look kind of crazy and cluttered. Now, I'm going to start with an apology and I don't want to confuse anybody. So make sure if you have questions about what's available for the 10% off, you are browsing the carousel below. I thought that I had a set of the urban style bibs like this right here that we just talked about in the basic color palette, but I don't. What I have is the Bandana Bibs. And so that was my mistake. So I do apologize that I can't show you the style and color together, but I did want to show you what the basic set colors are, and then just imagine them in this shape here, right? And if you click to shop today, that is, of course, what you will be shopping is the urban set. But this is our basic color scheme. So this is one of my favorite shades of anything that Kia Babies makes. It is this nice burnt orange. We have two different shades of kind of charcoal gray, a lighter and a darker. This really pretty kind of navy blue. Your good staple standard black. Your nice standard staple white. And then two really nice shades of green, this kind of sage green, and then this more olive green. So again, I think this is going to be a great set for a little boy. If you are gifting these to a mama-to-be who is expecting a boy, the basic set is a really great option. Even if you don't, maybe if you don't even know the gender of the baby that you're shopping for, or if you are having a baby and you don't know the gender, or you're shopping for someone you're not really quite sure exactly like what their style would be, and so you just want to play it really safe, the basic set is a really great option. So those are the two sets we have for 10% off today. Cannot tell you enough how much I love the Urban Drool Bibs. So make sure you take advantage of that 10% off if you think this is something that you need in your life. Okay, so I am going to clear Cotton out of the way. Thank you so much for your service today, Cotton. He is going to go back upstairs in just a little bit to hang out with my daughter. I know she's missing him. And we're going to talk about the Burp Cloths. Okay, so another baby feeding must-have if you have a baby who is still in that liquid diet phase. They're either nursing or they're taking a bottle, and they are still needing to be burped. Now, because my daughter, I could go ahead and get these set up, couldn't I? I can multitask, right? Again, we're going to start with the muted pastel set, just because I love it, and I just received it, and I'm super stoked on it. Um, because my daughter did suffer from reflux, and she was just a very, gassy baby. She was diagnosed with colic, which, really isn't actually a diagnosis. Colic is really just what they call a baby who is experiencing some form of general discomfort or dysregulation that's not health or life threatening, but just that can't be pinpointed. A lot of times it is gastrointestinal, but again, it's a very vague name to apply to just kind of an unidentified issue. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But my daughter still required burping actually until she was like closer to 7 or 8 months old. By that time, we were introducing purees and a little bit of like soft fruit finger foods, doing baby led weaning, of course. We started that around 5 or 6 months with her. But anytime she had taken a bottle or, had her milk, she would still need just a little bit of help kind of getting that any trapped air that she had taken in out. So, there's really, until baby is kind of completely off of a milk diet, there's really no right time to stop the whole burping process. So again, this is something that you could continue to use even after you're kind of out of that initial fourth trimester type phase with baby. So let's talk about why I think these Burp Cloths are, again, the best on the market. Just leaps and bounds above any other Burp Cloth that I used with my daughter. The first thing that I love about them is the shape. So you see this kind of almost hourglass figure 8 shape that it has. That just means that it is perfectly ergonomically designed to fit and stay put on the part of the body that you're actually going to use it. So any of those Burp Cloths that are like just pure rectangles or squares and you don't get a lot of body coverage, they're too small, they're constantly slipping off this way and you're having to readjust, you're even having to sometimes pick baby up and kind of readjust it underneath them. That is not going to happen with these. So they just rest really perfectly right here in this contour, and they stay put. You've got nice coverage all the way off the shoulder. You've got really nice coverage down the back and, all the way past the breast. This is like almost to my torso, right? So like all Kia Babies products, they are sized, on the larger side, which just means that you're going to get optimal coverage and you're going to be able to use it for a long time because as baby gets longer, they're still going to fit nice and comfortably on these. I also love that it just like offers support in the two kind of heaviest places on baby. So of course the noggin up top, and then this is nice and contoured to the torso area, and then it flares out again when you've got, baby's bottom and their hips and all that. So it's just a very, very convenient and comfortable experience for both you and baby. They're very nice and plush and padded, again, for, yours and baby's comfort. Like, I love how functional these are, but it is also okay for them to be a little bit just luxe, right? Like, nice, comfortable, and luxurious feeling. All that does is just make the experience of having to burp your baby that much more enjoyable, right? So I really kind of love that combo that Kia Babies always just seems to achieve is like super functional, but also just really nice. Something that you like to look at, that you like to feel, that you like to use. So anyway, not trying to go off on a tangent there, but again, same benefit with the absorbency as the bibs that we just talked about, except that you've actually got even more absorbency here just because burping time is, when you're probably going to be getting your most kind of spit ups and things like that, and things that you really, really would like to keep off of your clothes, not just because it's yucky. I mean, lots of, things in parenthood are yucky. You get over that really, really quickly. But mostly, again, because you just don't have the time and the energy to be constantly changing yours or baby's clothes, right? So these are not just 2 layered like the bibs, they are triple layered. So you've got 3 layers of absorbent material here. So The outside layer is that nice, soft, 100% organic cotton. Baby's face can rest against this, can rub against it, and it is not going to be irritating at all. That's also what you have on the back here. And then the inner layer, which I wish you could like squish this in your hands if you guys don't already have a set of these at home. Or if you do, jump in the chat and let me know, let your fellow viewers know that I am not lying about this, how just lovely these feel. The inside is actually where your premium fleece layer is going to go. So that's what is kind of collecting and absorbing and wicking away from the surface, the back and front, all of that excess moisture. So again, you could get away with using just one of these a day, maybe two, because with spit ups, you know, they might start to get a little stinky, but they absorb a mess and dry instantly. So again, just one pack of these is going to last you, could last you potentially like an entire, you know, work week. These come in a 5-pack. So again, super easy to keep clean. You just wash them with your normal laundry in the washing machine wash on cold, tumble dry on low. You don't want to use fabric softener with these or the bibs, anything that you want to maintain absorbency. You actually shouldn't use fabric softener with, but I'm telling you, these just get softer and softer the more they're washed anyway. So you don't even need it. And they are just so durably made. I did want to talk about the very intricate stitching and how just thick and padded the whole perimeter is here. And that really is just ensuring that they're going to be super durable and hold up to a lot of uses, a lot of touching, a lot of folding, a lot of washes, a lot of dries. Again, it's going to be something that you get a lot of repeated use out of. So again, super absorbent, super soft, easy to keep clean. I mean, they tick all of the boxes. Nice ergonomic fit. Again, I truly do think these are just the best on the market. They're the best I've used and they're my favorite. So definitely if and when baby number 2 comes along, I will have plenty of these in my arsenal for feeding time. So yeah, if you have any questions about these, I don't feel like there's too much else to cover about them. Drop them in the chat. I'm going to do a chat check here in just a second and kind of catch up with any questions or comments that you guys have shared. And yeah, if you need more information, remember that you can just click on the item in the carousel below this video. Okay, so let's talk about the colors. So this is the muted pastel. And because this is a 5-pack, you are missing kind of 3 of the colors that come with the matching bib set. So just one more time, I am going to show them to you up close so that you know what is included. So you've got the really pretty lilac lavender. You've got the kind of deeper blush pink, the very, very light and subtle blush pink that almost looks white in my lighting, but it is pink, I promise. That nice, soft kind of beigey yellow, and then the coral pink. So I think all you're missing is like that, the soft blue, the soft green, and like the silvery gray. So again, this is going to be just super, super appropriate for a girl baby, I think. And then our basic set is going to be a little bit more appropriate for a baby boy, or just if you're wanting to keep it really simple and neutral, the basic set is probably going to be your best bet. So let me just really quickly show you the basics. Again, very, very similar to our basic set bibs, except that because these are a 5-pack, you're just missing a few of those kind of extra colors. So again, very, very neutral, very understated. You basically just got all your classic colors. So your white, your navy blue, your black, your charcoal gray, and then kind of your more standard gray. So that's the basic set. So in both the bibs and the burp cloths, available for 10% off, we've got our muted pastel set in both and our basic set in both. So please take a closer look at those. Can't recommend them enough. Jennifer, could totally be used for both. Yes, triple layered, super absorbent. Ah, and your friend is due April 10th. How exciting. And you've told her about these. Thank you so much for sharing the information, for sharing the brand. Again, I have a friend who is due at the very end of March. Um, and she's having her baby shower in just a couple of weeks. And I haven't decided yet whether I'm doing like a bath themed gift for her with some Kia Baby stuff or if I'm doing a feeding themed gift for her. And obviously, if I go with feeding, the Burp Cloths and the bibs are going to just be a must. So, yes, I give them to my friends as gifts. Totally my same experience, Kristen. Love the burp cloths. Your daughter spit up all the time, so you just kept them all over the house, and they were your favorite burp cloths that you had. Totally agree. They are my favorite. I do think they're the best on the market. And yes, we did the same thing. We had multiple sets just because, like, every little hot spot, I would say, around the house that I could think of. If I needed to be in the kitchen and have her on my shoulder burping her, I had one that I could easily grab there, the living room, her nursery, our bedroom, things like that. So, Cinda, yes. So you are saying that for your for your 1.5 year old, you prefer the silicone bucket bibs. Me too, and we are going to talk about those. It's actually the last item on the list, and I'm so excited to talk about them because we use them every day for my 18-month-old. Hello, Kia babies! Oh my God, hi, Sam. Hello. Um, Long time no see or hear. I know we're on this new kind of bi-weekly schedule, and it really does feel like I never get to see you guys anymore. Um, but it also kind of like ramps up the excitement a little bit, I feel like. Colleen, congratulations. Sorry guys, my chat like takes a minute to update and then just all of a sudden I'll be looking at one comment and then it updates with all the ones I haven't seen. So I'm like a little bit manic all over the place. Colleen, you just found out you're expecting number 2 in October. Congratulations. And you're going to have to stick around to come back and let me know how you're managing the 2, because I am not currently expecting number 2, but it is something we want to start thinking about, I think, later this year or early next year. And, excited to do it all again and give my daughter a sibling, but also really, really nervous just about the kind of mental load and the physical load of balancing too. So, obviously, not trying to freak you out. I'm just saying I'm really excited to hear about your experience. Okay. Um, Thank you guys so much for all the new follows. So amazing. That just helps grow this community, which is obviously so fun and so supportive. And so I love you all for being here and for following along. Okay, so let's actually talk about some transition products. So these are going to be great for infants that are not quite toddlers yet, but that are starting to, in addition to their milk diets, maybe they're starting on purees. Maybe you're doing baby-led weaning, which I don't want to kind of misspeak about it. We did do some baby-led weaning with my daughter, but the funny thing is that I didn't really like follow any kind of specific regimen for it. I just kind of, went with my gut of what I thought she would enjoy and what would be safe and what would be easy. Little finger foods to kind of start her on. And then it turned out, I found out later that essentially what I was doing was baby led weaning and didn't really realize it. But it actually is like a whole thing with some like safety guidelines around it. And so that's very important. So please, if you would like to know more about what baby-led weaning is, Google it because again, I'm not an expert and I don't want to misspeak. But it is essentially just starting to introduce. Um, it's almost kind of skipping that pureed, blended up kind of liquid food diet with baby and moving them straight onto soft, manageable finger foods. There is a lot of emerging info that it's really helpful to start them early, like to work on their motor skills, to strengthen their, jaw and get them used to moving their tongue the way that they need to move food. We did a combination with my daughter. I was a little bit nervous to go straight to solids, so we did start with some purees, and she just really took to that quickly and was handling it really well. So I did feel comfortable to go ahead and start introducing some soft finger foods to her pretty early, around like 5 or 6 months. So anyway, if you are starting to enter into that phase with your baby, or you have a full-blown toddler, as I do now at 18 months, something that I think you are definitely going to want to get your hands on is this new launch from Kia Babies, and it is our giveaway item today, which I will remind you of in just a second. It is the silicone food prep tray. Okay, so basically this looks like a silicone muffin tin, but what it is intended for is if you want to kind of batch prepare purees for baby, if you want to batch prepare some teething popsicles, either made of your breast milk or formula, or just water. Of course, we don't want to be doing juice and things like that with a baby that's too young. It's fantastic for that. If you want to portion out, you want to do some meal prep for baby or your toddler who's just starting to enter the realm of solid foods, and their little tummies just really can't handle very much. I remember like when I would prepare plates for my toddler, when she was just starting to kind of sit in her high chair at the table with us at meal times and start playing with the idea of feeding herself. I mean, their portions are like these tiny little things. So these are actually kind of perfectly proportioned for you to batch prepare small meal portions of finger foods for baby or toddler. So just very versatile, multi-use. Really all it's doing is cutting down on the products that you need for storage, products that you need for prep, and it's just kind of cutting your time in half, really, because you can make so many with just one tray. And of course, if you have multiple trays, like 2 or 3, and they stack on top of each other in the fridge or the freezer really nicely, then you can make weeks and a week's worth of food. So just love the convenience factor of these. So let's talk about some of the quality control stuff. So this is 100%. It is FDA approved food grade silicone, which means it is perfectly safe. It is not leaching any kind of chemicals, none of that yucky stuff that you have to worry about. It's perfectly safe to come in contact with food, to store food, and it's going to maintain the freshness of your food. It also means that it is dishwasher safe, so you can keep it nice and clean and sanitary. The material is not going to degrade over time from being frozen, from being thawed, from changes in temperature, from repeated washes. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to maintain its integrity and its durability. And of course, it's just important to know that it is safe, right? Anything that is going to be coming in contact with your baby's food or their milk, you obviously want to know that it is safe. So this actually says, if you open it up, it has a little message kind of engraved into it that says it is safe for oven, microwave, freezer, and dishwasher. So to be really honest with you, because this is a new product, I haven't used it in the oven or microwave, and I didn't even realize that about it. So again, just even more versatile than I actually realized. So you can heat baby's food up in this. It just gets better and better. Okay, so I did want to pop these out for you. And the only reason I'm doing this is because this is actually, it's something called the pinch test, or sometimes it'll be called the flip test. When you have something that is made of like a food grade silicone or claims to be, you want to pop it out and make sure that you don't see a color change. Have you ever dealt with a material either like this or even kind of like in, how do I put this, more kind of cheaply made garments. You will kind of stretch the fabric out or the material out or turn it inside out, and you get where it kind of turns white and the color starts separating and the texture changes. That is not something you want to see with a silicone product that is going to be used for food, because that means that there's separation in the material that is going to degrade over time and may not remain optimally safe to use, and may just not do a good job of keeping your food nice and fresh and contained. It essentially means it is going to wear out over time. So didn't know if you were aware of that, but just something you should check out. And as you can see, you don't get that at all with this food prep tray from Kia Babies. So love that about it. So you can trust that this is, stands up to its claim of being food safe and durable. So this lid I love because it's got these kind of grippy seals around the outside. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. See how it's got lips kind of all around it? This makes seriously an airtight seal. Now, can be a tiny bit tricky, making sure that you have the lip kind of closed around each individual kind of container. All around the perimeter, you want to make sure that you've got a complete seal. So you will have to just kind of, be diligent about it and play with it for a second to kind of get your technique down of how to get it on there quickly and all closed up. But once it is closed up, this is seriously airtight. I mean, it is sealed. It's easy to remove, so you don't have to worry about that. But I just mean none of that kind of, you'll put it in your fridge or your freezer, and maybe if you don't have an optimal seal, it's kind of going to either get freezer burn, or it's not going to, if you're using this for something frozen, it kind of freezes unevenly, if that makes sense, where you have some parts that you can tell kind of didn't freeze all the way, but some that are super frozen and it just gets kind of yucky and soupy. You're not going to have that problem at all. Or if you've ever stored food in the refrigerator and something that doesn't have a great seal and you take it out and eat it and it just doesn't have that nice fresh taste and texture anymore, it kind of has that refrigerator taste to it. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe I'm crazy, but you're not going to get that at all. So again, if you are, prepping your food at the beginning of the week in one of these, you really can get through the entire week and everything is going to maintain its freshness, which is really great. So it actually tells you on here what the little trick to getting a good seal is and making sure it is optimally closed. It tells you to tuck first here at the top. And it also tells you at the bottom, tuck first. And then it tells you on the sides, tuck last. So essentially you're just going to start from the top. I know you guys can't really see close up of this. Done. That's already on and sealed. Make sure you've got the lips completely closed around the bottom. And then for whatever reason, the way this is designed basically just means that the side flaps are kind of already in place if you've done the top and the bottom first. And so all you're having to do is just secure anywhere where it's not already secured, and you're just doing a double check to make sure that everything is nice and tight and closed completely. So you're going to stretch it basically from top, start at the top, seal those, pull it down, seal the bottom, and then you're just kind of doing a shoop around the sides. So that's the trick to that. I said it was a little tricky. It's actually not that tricky. Basically what I was saying is I just want you to make sure that you are double checking that you've got that good seal everywhere, because it's easy to miss one. And I want your stuff to stay super fresh. If you do choose to invest in this, I don't want you coming back saying, Julia, it did not work the way that you said it was going to work. In all seriousness, this is super convenient and super fantastic. I'm really excited to, as I said before, kind of use it to its full capabilities for my daughter. I think this is going to be great for snacks for her. I tend to, I bake a lot of things for her throughout the week just so that she can have like a quick, healthy snack that tastes like a dessert to her. And so it's something that she'll eat. So even storing something like that, like my little snack muffins and things for her, this is going to make that so convenient, and it's going to keep them nice and fresh. Currently, I'm just kind of putting cling wrap over my muffin tin, and they're definitely stale by about the third day. So again, this is a new launch from Kia Baby, so it is new to me as well. I've just played around with it since I've had it. but I'm really, really excited to start using this. And it is our giveaway item today. So if you would like to get your hands on this brand new product, you think this would be helpful and useful to you, make sure you are following us here on Amazon Live. That makes you eligible. And then just make sure you're participating in the chat. Say hello, share your thoughts, ask a question. Basically, just let me know that you're here. And then when we're wrapping up this live stream, which is probably going to be in the next 10 minutes, I think this one is going to go about an hour and 5. It's not going to end right at the hour. I will randomly select a winner from the chat log, and then I will let you know who you are and how you can redeem this food prep tray. And then I did want to point out, sorry, this is something I forgot just because I'm not used to covering this item yet. Something that I just found super, super helpful and convenient, especially if you've got like a smaller baby. And so portioning food and, how much they should have at one time is, extra super important to not kind of overload their tummies or to make sure they're getting enough. These are essentially little measuring cups. So you probably can't see it. I'm sorry. It essentially, just like a measuring cup, has little lines and notches, and it tells you what the measurements are. So here you are at 1 ounce, and then it tells you when you've gotten to 2 ounces. And the capacity overall is about 2.5 if you fill this all the way up to the top. So you can get 2.5 ounces, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot of puree, actually. And if you've got food just torn or cut into really small pieces, that is a perfect serving size for a meal for a little one. So love it. I really do love this. I'm very excited about it. I think it was a great innovation and invention on Kia Baby's part. I'm really excited to give one away to one of you out there for free so that you can try it out and let us know what you think. Yeah, so that's the food prep tray. All right, so something in a very similar vein that has been out for a little while longer. So maybe some of you at home already have your hands on them. I still use them today. I actually use these a ton. There are some in my fridge right now, the food prep jars from Kia Baby. So let me just pull those out. And they actually come in a pack of 12, but I just pulled one of each color out for the sake of this live stream, just because I'm kind of limited on my real estate here. So just know that you've got 6 different colors. And you get 2 of each to form a 12 pack. So a 12 pack of these, you're going to get so much use out of them. And they're going to make preparing and storing food for your older kids, like your toddlers who are pretty much at this point completely on solid table food, so much easier and more convenient. So a lot of the same benefits as the tray, just kind of a little bit a different style, obviously, and a little bit of a different animal. So these are made of 100% food grade glass. Again, means it's perfectly safe to use. It's very, very durable. So I don't want to call these shatterproof, but let me tell you, with my 18-month-old wanting to pull things out of the fridge, out of cabinets, wanting to help, all the time, and these have been dropped on our hardwood kitchen floor multiple times, and they're still in pristine shape. So just know that it's a very durable glass. Again, it's safe to come into contact with your food. It is going to help maintain freshness. It is dishwasher safe. It is microwave safe. It is fridge safe. And I don't know that it's freezer safe. I haven't used it in the freezer, so it's probably something I should know, but just since I haven't used it in that capacity, I'm not sure. So, if you have a question about that, make sure you check out the product description in the carousel below. But let me just talk about some of my favorite things about it. So first of all, the seal that comes with this lid, so easy to put on and get off, but man, once it is sealed, it is sealed. So locking in that freshness, it's got a really, really nice food grade silicone seal in there. So I can seriously prepare food for her at the beginning of the week, and we're getting all the way to the end of the week with this stuff stored in our fridge, and it's maintaining, its quality and its freshness. I love that it has these kind of finger grips here. So just makes handling them when you're washing them, maybe rinsing them out, holding them by the finger grips helps them to not be so slick and slippery. So they're easy to hold on to kind of when you're using them to dump out food and things like that. I love that because they're glass. And so it's a very smooth surface that could become very slick. They have thought to leave you finger grips. You have these can be used as basically mini measuring cups. So you know exactly what you're preparing, what you're storing, what you're giving baby. This goes all the way up to, again, it measures all the way up to about 2.5 ounces. But you know, if you filled it all the way to the top, you could get even more than that. We use these for all kinds of things for our toddlers. So I will go ahead and pre-prepare food servings for her to make a complete meal. I usually don't do breakfast because I kind of like cooking breakfast with her in the morning and with my husband while we have our coffee. So we always make breakfast fresh. But as the day progresses, lunch, a lot of times maybe I'm working because I do, you know, this work for Kia Babies and I do other freelance social media work. I'm also back in school right now. So, you know, around lunchtime, a lot of times maybe I will have to slip away and leave her either with my husband or my mom. And it's helpful for them to just go ahead and have a lunch all prepared for her that they can just pull out of the fridge and these heat them up or just dump them onto the plate or whatever. So love the convenience of that. And definitely at dinner time, as my daughter is kind of getting increasingly tired and she wants, you know, dinner quickly and she wants it to go smoothly. My husband and I have worked or hung out with her all day and we want dinner to go quickly and smoothly for her, prepping dinner portions and just being able to pull those out as we need or want them is just so convenient. I use these to travel with. Once a week, my daughter and I are going to visit my grandparents is because I think it's important to be spending as much time as we can with them right now. It's fun for us to get out of the house and do that together, and it brightens up their day a little bit. But it means that we have like an hour car ride once a week, and we go around lunchtime just before her nap. And so I will pack her an entire lunch bag and all of her little lunch portions that I'm going to take on the go. I just put in these, put them in her lunch bag. They're very nice and lightweight for how durable they are. So they're great for travel snacks, for travel meals, things like that. I love the color-coded tops. I just think they're super fun and happy. I have actually used these for craft time, not just for food. I have put in some edible paints for my daughter to kind of finger paint with, and I will actually use the colors that go with the paint. So if it's green paint, it gets the green top, and it has actually kind of helped her learn her colors. So, you know, many uses. You could use it for fun things like that. Again, not just for food prep, little art supplies, craft supplies, just anything you want to keep on hand, kind of that are easy to grab and reach, but you want to keep them organized and contained. You can use these for. You can write on the tops with a dry erase marker, and it just washes right off. So I will kind of put maybe what something is, or really important, I will put the date that I prepared it, just, you know, because as the week progresses, sometimes I don't really remember what I did at the beginning of the week, and I want to make sure I'm not giving her something that should probably be thrown out at that point. So I like to put prep dates on the top. If you are sending baby to daycare or preschool or something like that, and you're packing their snacks or lunch in these and you want to put their names on it, that's a really great use of that too. So the dry erase marker really clings to this material, so it will stay there, it will stay put. But then once you wash it out at the end of the night in your sink and give it a little scrub, or you put it in your dishwasher, it will just wash away. All right, so that is the food prep jars. Love them. If you guys already have some at home or in your life that you are already using, let me know what you think of them. If you have any questions, leave those for me in the chat. We are about to wrap up. We're going to talk about silicone bibs, and then we'll do our giveaway, and then we will move on with our afternoon. So one little note that I like to include about these, of course, they come with an instruction manual with everything you need to know about kind of caring for them and using them. If you have had these in the fridge, or especially the freezer, so then I'm assuming that they are freezer safe, right? You want to make sure that you put these out just on the counter and let them get room temperature for about 10 or so minutes before you put them in the microwave. If that's something that you plan to do, to use these both to keep something cold, and then you also want to heat up some food for baby inside the container. You can totally do that. It is safe to do, but just that rapid temperature change can cause cracks in the glass over time. So you want to make sure that you're letting it come to room temperature for about 10 minutes. Touch it and feel it. Make sure it's not still kind of ice cold before you pop it in the microwave. And of course, make sure that you remove the lid to microwave. Just wanted to say that little safety note. All right, so let's talk about one of my favorite feeding must-haves. We use them every day at every meal for my daughter, the silicone bucket bibs that you guys were talking about. Let me get those set up. We've got lots of fun, jaunty colors for you today. I love the colors that Kia Babies curated for this stream. There's some of my favorites. We've got bibs for girls. We've got bibs for boys. We've got unisex bibs. We've got just plain fun bibs. Okay. So these silicone bibs, first thing I'm going to say about them, like most Kia Babies products, they're huge. And I mean that in a great way, in that when you put these on a baby, and I'm assuming that you're actually using these on, at the very youngest, a 10 or 11-month-old, at least infant. These really are more geared towards, I would say, toddlers who are definitely sitting up in their high chair now, are sitting with you at the table, are participating in meal times. They might be experimenting with utensils or feeding themselves finger foods. Or even if you're still, hand feeding them, they're on solids, right? And you're trying to kind of contain the droppings and the mess and that kind of thing. That's who this is going to be really super appropriate for. They will fit newborn babies and infant babies if you wanted to use them as milk bibs, but I think that the kind of soft, plushy, like Urban Drool bibs or Bandana bibs are going to be a better option for that. So, my friends who are entering into the toddler world, as I am, these are going to be for you. So they have this really wide food catch pocket. So I'm telling you, my daughter, anything that she drops while she's wearing one of these gets caught by this thing and is contained. And it's wonderful because it cuts down on mess. Think food that I have to clean off the floor or off the dining room rug. It also kind of protects my dog's tummies, and food that she drops or now is starting to learn that she can throw to the dogs. But things that table food that I don't really want them to have, or I don't want them to have too much of, it's helped tremendously with that. And then also just feeding time in general is going so much more smoothly because as she is learning to feed herself, she's starting to use utensils at 18 months old. She's actually really good at it. But a lot of food gets dropped. And sometimes it's painful for me to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, you're just going to starve to death because you can't keep any of the food on your fork and actually doesn't make it into your mouth. And then it's going everywhere. It ends up in here, and she really has kind of turned it into a game at this point to check, like when she's finished her blueberries on her plate and she's like, but I bet you there's a blueberry hiding in my bib. She knows to open up this pocket and fish out, any kind of extra dropped food. So it has helped actually get more food from her plate into her mouth and into her belly. So I love that about them. Again, I might have cut myself off mid-thought because I do that sometimes, but I was talking about why I love that they are sized so large. I mean, you can see even on an adult how much coverage I'm getting. I mean, this is all the way, to well down my chest, right? So on my daughter who's 18 months old, seriously, she gets full torso coverage. And so her outfit is protected. They're nice and wide. So she's all protected here. Like nothing is touching her outfit underneath when she is wearing these, which I love. These are 100%. Again, this is food grade silicone, so it is safe to use and wear at meal times. Food can come into contact with it. It's perfectly safe. It is very easy to clean. Obviously, nothing is going to get absorbed by a silicone bib. Nothing is it's not going to become sticky and stinky and yucky over time. And what I do at the end of a meal is I just flip this inside out to get, all the leftovers, things that she didn't fish out and finish herself. put that right into the trash can, and then I just give this a rinse. If I feel like it needs some dish soap, I'll use some dish soap, but really I just give it a rinse under the sink, and then I just set it to the side to dry. And because it's water resistant, it dries very, very quickly. And then store it for the next mealtime. When it starts to get where I feel like, okay, we've gotten a few uses out of this now, or maybe we've had something like yogurt or, things that do tend to get stickier or stinky or yucky, and I just feel like it needs a good kind of sanitizing, that's when I will throw these in the dishwasher and give them a good dishwashing. But I don't do that every time because you don't have to. It's not necessary. So love, love, love how easy they are to keep clean. They maintain their shape. They have they've not gotten out of shape. They've not warped or anything like that. Which I love. And they've been in my dishwasher multiple times. They've been folded up and put in diaper bags, lunch bags, travel bags with us for eating in the car or for eating on the go. I just love them. Love how easy they are to just care for. And you can roll them up really easily and store them if you're low on storage space in your kitchen. So I love that about them as well. All right, so let's talk about, before I just talk about the colors, one more thing that I love about them, just like the cloth bibs, they are size adjustable all the way up to, I think it's 36 months. So for a 3.5-year-old, even 4-year-old child can probably still wear these because you actually have 4 different snaps on these. So if you need the widest setting, you are going to obviously do outer clip to outer clip. And then if you need the most narrow, if you are using these for a very small child or a small baby, you've got narrow. You can see just how tiny that is. And then you've got 2 other sizes in between. So you're going to get so much use out of these. Love, love, love the size adjustable factor. And so then let me just show you the super cute and fun colors that we have available for 10% off today. This set is one of my daughter's favorites. It's the one she picks a lot just because she is like the ultimate girly girl. This one is called Cotton Candy, and it is this nice soft purple and this soft pink. So love that for a baby girl. This one is called Funtastic, and I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's not even coming across as bright as it actually is on the screen. These are super, super fun, kind of superhero-y colors, I feel like almost. They're almost neon. This nice kind of yellowy orange, and then this really cool electric blue. So love those. I have a nephew that actually loves this set a lot. And then this really fun one right here is called Cloud 9. And so this one is this nice soft blue and this nice soft green. This is going to be appropriate for either gender. Just depends on your mood. I love that they come in fun, happy colors because it's something that like you can have your toddler kind of go pick out themselves. Like, okay, so which color do you want to wear? And it makes them kind of want to participate in mealtime and get excited about it and get excited about wearing their bib. So she goes and picks out her bib, and I help her put it on, and she feels happy and confident in the bib that she's wearing, and it means that she's actually willing to tolerate it around her neck and wear it and get use out of it. So I just like that that's kind of fun for your toddler, since these are geared more towards toddlers. So that is definitely a toddler feeding must-have. It is the Silicone Bib. And then we do have, this is a new launch. I think I talked about it for the first time last stream that we did, or maybe the one before. But they've also launched a whimsy line of these, which basically just means they come in a 2-pack. And you can pick out which one you want. But if you want a little graphic that's fun and food themed with like a little quote or a cute little saying, you can now shop the Whimsy collection. So this is cupcake and pretzel, obviously. And I just think it's super, super fun. So make sure you're browsing those in the carousel below if that looks fun and interesting to you or your little one. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them because we are wrapping up. Cinda, you bought the pretzel one. I love it. So cute. So the 10% off, and Now that we've moved to mornings, I don't have the Kia Babies tech team on with us because they're based in Singapore and it's the middle of the night for them. So if the discount code is not working, it may be something that we'll have to talk about. You can send an email to ask@kiababies.com, and we'll get it, taken care of for you. Um, but the way that the 10% off works, sometimes if you haven't shopped before, it can be confusing. You might think that you need to click on something special or add a special code. All you have to do is shop. So the 10% off won't expire until 1 hour after we wrap up, which we are wrapping up here now. And it's just as soon as you complete your transaction, that 10% off will just automatically come off your total. You don't actually have to do anything. Um, okay, so let's go ahead and move on to some happy stuff, which is a giveaway of a free item. Yes, Sam. Okay, good. I'm glad that that answered your question. Again, you guys can always send an email to ask@kiababies.com if there's anything with like the shopping platform or things that I'm not able to fix for you, or answer for you. We may run into that occasionally, usually not. But yeah, just know that you can take advantage of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and give away our food prep tray. Thank you so much to everybody who has stuck around, who is still here hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you got some useful information out of this. Okay, so what I'm doing is just making sure that my chat is updated. That's all I'm doing right now. And I do kind of have to scroll and tell it to update itself, so that I don't miss anybody. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, thank you for the drum roll, Sam. No, I don't have my Kia Babies team here to do the little drum roll emoji now. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Who do I see? Cinda. Cinda, are you still here hanging out with us? Cinda, you are our giveaway winner. If you are still here, congratulations. I'll go ahead. Okay, yay. All right, so just making sure you can hear me. So what you will need to do to claim your food prep tray is send an email to ask@kiababies.com. So ask@kiababies.com. And let us know that you are the giveaway winner this week for the food prep tray. Let us know your Amazon username, which is Cinda. And then a team member will reach out to you to get your address information, so that they can get this sent out to you ASAP. And it's a pretty quick process. So yeah, you should have this arriving to you in no time. Congratulations. And mostly, thank you for being here, for following along, for joining the community and supporting the brand. And remember, guys, we do this every 2 weeks. We're now on a bi-weekly schedule, and every single stream we give an item away for free, and it's always randomly selected. All you have to do is make sure you're following us, and then that you say hi in the chat. So you can win multiple times. You don't have to do anything special or be a VIP in any way to win. So just make sure that you come back to join us week after week. All right, so I will see you in 2 weeks, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cinda, if you need me to repeat anything, bye, Sam. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully see you next week. Cinda, I know I'm the person who never wins anything either. So I feel you. I'm happy for you. I'm living vicariously through you. Colleen, thank you so much for being here. Who else? Eric, Brittany, Jennifer. Sorry, it's my chat. Not updating. I'm not just ignoring some of you. Thank you again so much for being here. You can find us again in 2 weeks, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not following, you have the next couple of seconds to hit that follow button so that you're eligible for our next giveaway. And I can't wait to see you all again. Cinda, yes, absolutely, I can repeat. So send an email to ask, so ask at kiababies.com. When I try to type that into the chat, it tells me I'm not allowed to send sensitive information over chat. I don't know what that's about, but that's why I don't type the email address for you. I'm sorry. So ask at kiababies.com, and you'll just tell us that you were the giveaway winner for the food prep tray, that your name is Cinda, and a team member will reach out to you to get your address of where to send it. So that's all you have to do is just send that email. Okay. Well, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully, I will see you all again. Hopefully, we'll see some new faces as well. And thank you guys so much for joining us. All right. Mwah. Enjoy your week.